When I was around 14, 15 years old, that's when I started to sing. I just started having singing lessons and whatnot. I remember a classmate of mine was a singing teacher. Yeah, that young. Basically, her mother used to run a music school back in the town I used to live. And because of that, her daughter, my classmate, started singing really young and took the courses and whatnot. And she started teaching around that age. And I remember a conversation I heard. I wasn't like exactly being part of it, but I heard, was present in the moment, where someone asked her, okay, I never sung before. I don't know anything about singing. What will I learn and what could I expect from singing lessons? And I remember the answer that this classmate of mine, the singing teacher, gave. Because what she said, I think that is a belief that is still quite strong nowadays. Well, basically she said, if you take singing lessons and you have a not so pleasant sounding voice, what will happen is that your voice will stay not so pleasant, but you'll be able to use that voice. That's not exactly our traditional concept of beauty on pitch. So basically, you won't have a good voice, but you'll sing on pitch. Here's the thing, that kind of concept does not actually and accurately represent what we see in real life. Because here's the thing, your voice is not something that you have. Your voice is something that you create in the moment. You have a larynx. You have an articulatory system that you use to articulate the sounds that your larynx is producing. You have a subglottic pressurization system that you use to send air into your larynx to pressurize the larynx when you are creating all those sounds. And here's the thing, if I were to use all of these systems, all of these muscles in a different way, I would create a different sound. I would have then a different voice. And then you may say, but Kyle, that's not your natural voice. And the thing is, voice is a natural. No. You see this? This is nature. You can say that the muscles that you're using, they are the natural part of voice, but the way that you use them is all learned. How would your voice sound if you didn't have the parents that you do have? Have you ever thought of that? How would you learn how to speak if it wasn't by imitating other sounds? Because let's be honest, we don't usually learn how to speak by learning the letters, the syllables, how to create words out of them, how to create phrases out of them. No. When we first start, we are just imitating sounds. And we are using a bunch of references to do that. We have sounds that we hear and we try to imitate. When we do that, it's more about how we are using all of these systems and muscles than actually thinking about, okay, that's the word I want. At some moment in our lives, we just change that to the belief that, oh yeah, I have my voice. That's natural, and it will be the only voice that I have because it is the expression of my personality as a human being. And in fact, what we believe that is our natural voice is just us imitating day after day the sounds that we are known for producing. Because if suddenly I were to speak like this, I can say that right now I can do it just fine. But if I were to do it day after day after day, at some moment it would become way more comfortable. And if you were to know me for this voice, you would say that this is natural. And we go back to the point. What's even natural when it comes to voice? Natural is what other people, and even you, are used to hear from you. And we do change that a lot when it comes to singing, when we make different sounds. And what I say is, your vocal plasticity, your ability to produce different sounds and sing different songs and sing different repertoires and make your voice sound different, will be as strong as your willingness to produce sounds that right now don't feel super comfortable, or and I say super comfortable through a psychological point of view, not exactly physical. Like it might be comfortable to produce, but then you feel that, oh, that's not my voice, I can't do that. And again, the thing, especially when you sing, like this is already true. When we think about speaking, when we think about singing, then we're free, especially in contemporary singing. You can produce any sound you want with your voice. And here I'm of course biased and suspicious because I teach singing. I have to advocate for the idea that you need to make the adjustments that you want healthy. So I want this particular sound, then we need to figure out a way to make that healthy. If it's not at the first moment healthy already, but yeah, you have a lot of plasticity. Your muscles can do a range of different things, and when you start taking advantage of that, that's when you start experiencing your voice transforming and becoming what you want. All right, so that's the topic that I wanted to discuss today. Now just enjoy this beautiful view, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen in the real world, they must change and not the world.